How do you like that, folks? You know, it's been such an incredible journey here on YouTube for the past 7 years, almost 7 years, man. I can't believe the time has flown by this fast. 7 years in September it'll have been since I've been on YouTube, and along the way, I've had a lot of journeys, and with my first channel getting struck down for copyright, and now with thinking that my YouTube days were over and thinking that it was all for nothing, I'm back now with 1,000 more subs, and it's only going to continue to grow as far as that goes. Because after all, in tonight's stream, man, tonight's stream is just gonna, it's like a blast from the past with me. You know what I mean? It's a blast from the past because after all, I'm back. Just like AC/DC says it right here. I'm back, baby. Back in black. And it is great to be back, baby. What is going on, everyone? It is yours truly in the house on this Sunday night. I'm going to be on here for a couple of hours, and I'm going to end the stream at 10 o'clock. It is a Sunday night. I plan to be on here 2 hours, like I said. I wanted to do a stream, with coming back on. So 2 hours for tonight. Something that I want to do personally as far as streaming goes, I'm going to try to get in pirate games as much as I can. Steeler games, obviously, I'm going to get in as well. But I can tell you right off the bat, I know a couple of Steeler games that I will not be doing this year. Hate to say it, but week one, I'm not going to be doing it because a buddy of mine from Sharon is having a watch party at his place. And he asked me like a couple months ago, hey, man, I'm having a watch party week one with the Steelers and the 49ers. You want to come over? I'm like, hell yeah, man. That was back when I was at like 800-something subscribers. So week one, I will not do just because of that. But obviously, I'm going to have a recap out. Just trying to think of the schedule. I know that. Oh yeah, I remember now. So, the Jacksonville game, possibly that one too, because I might be going to that one. I might actually be going to that game, so possibly the Jags game. Both Thursday games, I don't plan on doing either because it'll be during my work hours, and it's just tough for me to get PTO with that. So, both Thursday games I don't anticipate doing. Possibly December 23rd against the Bengals because it's Christmas time, and Christmas is always very, very hectic for me. So possibly Christmas time as well. I won't be doing that one. And then New Year's Eve, I know I won't be doing either because I'm having a New Year's Eve party at my place. But yeah, those are games that I know for sure I will not be streaming this year for the Steelers. But, a good 13, 14 games I can get in, I think that's real good. And then the Pens, that's going to be tricky because the Pens play pretty much every single day. But something that I want to do with streaming now is instead of so much streaming my reactions while watching the game, I want to stream my reactions with watching the highlights until either I can get first shift so that way I can do a lot more streams with my job, or I can find another job, which which I'm going to be getting into later. But I know I'm talking a lot. I do see the chat. I see yinz guys in the chat, so I'm going to get to you in a little bit. I just want to get this out of the way first. But like, if you're wondering why the bottom here says Mac, well, that's another surprise that I have for you guys. It's because in addition to waiting for me to come back to streaming, I'm also going to be changing my name soon. I'm not going to be Steel Sermon anymore for a couple of reasons. Number one is because I actually lost the verification code on my phone. So it wasn't really worth like trying to reset my password and trying to, remember it and all. So I actually had to link a new Gmail account to this YouTube account. And so I don't remember the verification code. So I'm going to be changing my name for that reason. And secondly, honestly, it's because it seems a little counterintuitive for me to be coming on here and, talking about my religious beliefs on YouTube. So, yeah, I kind of wanted to shorten it up a little bit too. So I'm going to be Mac Sports from now on. I just have I have a couple of ideas for my logo, but as soon as my logo gets done, I'm going to officially be Mac Sports. And I'm saying Mac because Mac is actually my initials, MAK. That's my initials. Those of you guys that know me personally on YouTube, you know what my real name, or Facebook, I should say. You guys know what my real name is on Facebook. Mac is my initials, so that's going to be my name when my new logo comes out. So, yeah, just want to get that out of the way. 7.5 minutes in already, and I'm going to just respond to these in a little bit. But here's what I plan on for tonight. I'm going to have just open chat for like the first hour or so, and then at around 9 o'clock, I'm going to see if I can get people on here and want to chat. And then, like I said at the beginning, 10 o'clock, I'm going to end the stream. I just want to be on here for a couple of hours because, it's a Sunday night. I got work and I got a lot of stuff to do, for tomorrow as well. I got a dentist appointment in the morning, actually, so I want to get my sleep right there. But, yeah, let me take a look at some of the chats right here. Thank you guys so much for being so patient with me. I know I like to ramble on a lot about meaningless stuff. Luca, what's going on? Kevin Rios, what is up? Pizzle, what's up, my man? Thanks for tuning in. Matthew, what's going on? I ain't the GOAT, Luca, but I appreciate it. What's going on? Dashy says this Reds team is giving me a headache. Cincinnati Reds, more like Cincinnati. The game ain't over yet. The Jared Triolo hit a walk-off earlier this afternoon. I know that, but the game ain't over. I don't trust this bullpen except for Bednar. I'll tell you that right now. Secret Underdog, what's up? Back in black and yellow. It's gold, baby, not yellow. I'm just fucking with you. What's up, Steel Jackson? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. Steel 316, salute, Steel. Salute to you too, baby. Godfather Dom, a.k.a. Dominic, what's going on, baby? Long time no talk. Anthony, what's going on? What's going on, brother? I'm doing great. How about you? Jeremiah Yoder says, great to be back. Back in black. Try to say that 3 times fast. Back in black and gold. Glad to be here. Been a Steeler fan. Back black and gold to the core since 75. Wow. God bless you, man. 1975. That was 20 years before I was born. Brett, what's going on? It's great to be back on here, Kevin. I concur. Brother Max says, hey, Pizzle. Yeah, you're going to have to get used to that. Leedy, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Miguel says, Steel Sermon, are you doing pick'ems this year? Absolutely, I'm doing them this year. See no reason why not to. Brandon, what's going on, buddy? Thanks a lot. I am excited for pick'ems as well. It's going to be an interesting year. White Mamba, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Dodgers have won 8 in a row. Yeah, LA is That NL West is tough. LA, Arizona, and San Francisco have all played well this year. But yeah, it's just great to be back, man. I know the Pirates and the Reds had a doubleheader today. I didn't really catch the games today because like I had a busy day today, honestly. Um Today I got a lot done. I woke up, went to church like I always do Sunday morning. And then today I had a kick-ass workout today. One of the best workouts that I've ever had, honestly. I had an awesome workout today. I got 45 minutes in with weightlifting today, had some awesome hit sets afterwards. And then I busted 30 minutes on the stair climber today. And like, you know, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are usually Tabata days for me. And if you don't know what a Tabata is, Tabatas are pretty much like what CrossFitters do, where it's like they're real intense. They're really short workouts, but they're very intense. You burn a lot of calories that way. And usually my fitness app, it actually has me do sets twice. But honestly, like when I'm halfway done with the first set, I'm exhausted, honestly. Like then I do some hit sets after that. Hit sets, it stands for high intensity interval training. So like I do thrusters or kettlebell workouts, stuff like that. I don't really do a whole lot of cardio anymore, but I try to get some cardio in for the week. And today I just busted out a half hour on the stair climber. My legs are shot, so I had a kick-ass workout today. Then my buddy from church actually had a cookout today, and he threw some steaks on the grill today, and man, he made some great steak. One of the best steaks I ever had in my life, man. He is a good ass cook, man. And now I'm here. I've been home for a couple of hours now, just unwinding a little bit, wanted to get ready, and here I am. Yes, I have been on here since September of 2016. Specifically, I think the first time I ever came on YouTube was week 2 of 2016 when the Steelers played the Bengals that year. And I wanted to come on YouTube and bust out a video because I knew it was a big game at the time. And ever since then, I have just took off. I used to be in the TTC, but, it's kind of, the vocabulary in the TTC is kind of exhausted. And honestly, I just got bored of it. So, like, that's just something I don't want to be a part of anymore. Honestly, I'm way better off with just talking sports instead of trash talking. Like, I'll trash talk occasionally, but not to the extent of when I was in the TTC. But yeah, September is going to be 7 years since I've been on YouTube. I can't believe it's already been that long. Kevin says, who's the biggest disappointment in the MLB this year? This year, I would probably have to say, you know what? I agree with you. I'd probably say the Mets. Mets had a really bad year this year. I thought they were going to win the NL East this year. They have been a very big disappointment this year. Steel Twins, what's going on, my boys? He says, hey, boss, congrats on 1K again, man. Thank you guys so much. Steel Twins have been a cornerstone ever since I started YouTube. They're one of the first people that I ever subbed up to. Him, Renegade 412, Mac Main, and I think Bad Dog. They were some of the first subscribers that I ever had on YouTube, and I've been watching them ever since I started YouTube. Steel Twins, I've been with them pretty much since I started. Same with Renegade. Bad Dog, I've been watching since I started college back in 2014. So Bad Dog is like the first subscriber that I still follow today from my college days when I first started. So yeah, Bad Dog, it's been almost 10 years since I've been watching him. It's I cannot believe it's already been a decade since I can say that, man. Like, wow, time just flies by. Where does the time go? Jeremy says, as of Friday night, looks like our Pittsburgh Steelers are back to hard-nosed smash-mouth football. Yeah, definitely. Offense looked pretty good Friday night. I mean, I can't base it off of, a 5-minute highlight reel because, that was the best I could get out of the game. But that first drive by Kenny Pickett was just incredible. Finding George Pickens right across the middle right there for a score. Beautiful throw by Pickett. And then that absolute bomb by Mason Rudolph. Oh my God, I cannot believe he's able to chuck a football like that, let alone for 67 yards. Incredible. Just a good game Friday night. Now, I'm not getting overly excited about it because it is preseason and, the games are exhibition. They don't mean anything. But it's just such a breath of fresh air to see the offense being in sync, What's going on, Jordan? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, TTC. That was a journey. Sean Johnson, what's up? Yeah, the Yankees. I kind of knew the Yankees were going to have a step back this year. You guys got to get rid of Aaron Boone. That guy is horrible. You got to get rid of Boone, dude, for real. Jacob, are you ready for Steeler football? What do you think? Absolutely, man. I'm never not ready for it. Joshua Shields says, good evening. Congrats on the milestone. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. It's very surreal to say that I've technically now had 2 channels that I've hit at least 1,000 subs on. It really is incredible to say that. Please keep Hawaii in your prayers. I feel so bad. What's going on in Hawaii? I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, definitely. Yankees, I don't know what the deal is, but, it kind of seems like the problem with the Yankees is kind of the same problem that we used to have, is that they bury their prospects in the farm. But at least the Pirates did it, did the right thing in the end, and we called up all our guys and we sold at the deadline, which is what, when you're a franchise that you can't spend the way that other teams do, like the Yankees can, or the Red Sox can, or the Dodgers can, or the Phillies can, them big market teams. Pittsburgh is a small market, so there's not much that we can do. And when you're way under 500 at the deadline like that, you got to sell and you got to build for the future. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, this season's lost for us. And pretty much all the games are just, are just a formality at this point. I'm just looking to 2024, as should pretty much all other Pirate fans should. Justin, happy 1K. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that. I might be going to the Steelers-Browns game in Cleveland. Definitely do that, man. I've been to a bunch of Browns-Steelers games in Cleveland. And there's there's no excuse for me to do it now because I live in the outskirts of Cleveland now. But, yeah, I've been to a lot of Steelers-Browns games, especially in Cleveland. And I've been to them in Pittsburgh as well. Yeah, those were some good times in the TTC. Mitch Trubisky belongs in a dumpster filled with flies. That's being too nice, Matthew. That dude belongs like, I don't even know. He belongs at the bottom of the Allegheny with cement shoes. That's where he belongs. Hey, Rob, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Be blessed and be safe. You too, Joshua. I appreciate that, man. Bubbles Boone and Brian Sheetman and the entire analytical and scouting department. Yeah, Yankees are just so one-dimensional. Jeremiah says, was I able to watch the game? No, I can't. It was during my work hours. But I saw like the highlights, and I'm just basing it off of the highlights that I saw. Yeah, wildfires definitely. I got some of the smoke over here not too long ago, actually. Do I think we should make the playoffs? I think we can make the playoffs. Honestly, I think we've improved enough to make the playoffs. We won 9 games last year when no one thought. Myself too. No one thought we'd do anything last year. And we barely missed the playoffs. Now what we did in the offseason with the GM in his first official off season as GM, he fixed he made the O-line better. He got us another good security blanket at tight end who can block on the line as well. And he fixed up a lot of holes that we had on defense. Kenny Pickett's progress in training camp has been great. George Pickens has been a stud. I think we can make the playoffs. Now, granted, Matt Canada has to open up his playbook. I mean, that's a given. But on paper, I think we can make the playoffs. I really do think we can. Do I think the Orioles are going to win the AL East? Godfather, I'm saying this right now, man. I think the Orioles are going to win the American League pennant. I really do. I think the Orioles are going to win the pennant this year. I think they're good enough to beat Houston. And let's be honest, I think anyone can beat anyone from the AL Central. I think they match up very well with a team like Tampa Bay as well. So, yeah, not only do I think Baltimore is going to win the AL East, I think they're going to win the AL pennant. I think they're going to the World Series this year. That is a good team that they have over there. PK, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Let's see. Mitch sucks. That's an understatement. Yeah. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. What's up, buddy? How you doing? I've been trying to tell people that Kenny Pickett is gonna. Let's see. I've been trying to tell people that Kenny Pickett is gonna have a breakout year, and they aren't listening. I then remind them of Peyton. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not saying Kenny Pickett is Peyton Manning, but it's a good comparison. Peyton Manning was on a 3-13 team with the Colts back in '98. And he had a terrible rookie season. Same thing with Terry Bradshaw in 1970. Terry Bradshaw had an awful rookie season. Now, like I said, Kenny Pickett is not those quarterbacks. But if you want a comparison as to where quarterbacks have started off god-awful, look at Terry Bradshaw and look at Peyton Manning. That's a very good point, still. I'm just trying to get caught up with the chat. I might miss some of you guys. Let's see. Jeremiah says, do you see our Pittsburgh Steelers as an 11-12 win team? I think if everything goes right, and I do mean everything goes right, I think we can win 13 games. I think our absolute ceiling is 13 wins. That's if everything goes right. But I'm pegging them in for 10 to 11 wins. My personal opinion, 10 to 11 wins. But if everything goes right, I think we can win 13. Sean says, Trevor Lawrence, yeah, he did. Granted, I mean, Urban Meyer's a god-awful head coach in the NFL, but Doug Peterson's done a great job down in Jacksonville. Doug Peterson is such an underrated coach, dude. He works so well with quarterbacks, and he made Trevor Lawrence into the quarterback that everyone's hyping him up to be. Doug Peterson is such a good head coach, dude. Let's see. Who do you think is the most overrated player in the NFL currently? Oh, Michael Thomas, easily. Michael Thomas is so overrated, dude. All he does is run quick slants. He can't get open. He can't get, down the field enough. He gets beaten coverage as well. That dude is so overrated. Michael Thomas, not even close. How good do you think the Penguins are going to be? It's hard to say because the Erik Karlsson trade was good for us, but I don't really know if it's going to patch up all the glaring issues that we have, So I think we're going to kind of be similar to this past season. That's my opinion. Says Doug Peterson should have won Coach of the Year last year. He was one of my picks, bro, but I can't ignore the job that Brian Daboll did with the Giants. Brian Daboll did more with less, because we know that Trevor Lawrence could be a great quarterback. He just needed a new head coach. And I think, and if it wasn't Brian Daboll, Doug Peterson was literally my second option. So, you can't go wrong with either one. But man, Doug Peterson did a really good job down in Jacksonville. And yeah, Brian Dable, he's getting the most out of like nothing. You got to respect that with Dable. He's a good head coach. Chris Olave is way better. I mean, maybe not way better because this is just his second season, but yeah, I would take Chris Olave over Michael Thomas at this point. Chris Olave is going to be a really good player. Shut down L.A. De La Cruz in game 1. Yeah, like I didn't pay too much attention to it just because I had a busy day today. I have my phone right here. Oh God, Cody Bolton's in here. Cody Bolton's out. So, Thomas Hatch relieved Cody Bolton. So, 7th inning, Pirates up 4-3. I ain't saying the game's over yet because I literally don't trust anyone in our bullpen except for Bednar. So, this game ain't over yet. I'm telling you that right now. How do you think Jordan Love is gonna fare in LaFleur's system in the post? How do you think Jordan Love is going to fare in LaFleur's system in the post Rodgers era of Green Bay? Very hit and miss. I don't think Matt LaFleur is really all that good of a coach. I think he benefited off of Aaron Rodgers the same way that Mike McCarthy did. Now, granted, I'm not saying Jordan Love can't succeed, but it's very rare that you see lightning strike twice with a situation like that. Aaron Rodgers, he flourished because he was under Brett Favre. Jordan Love, for the couple of years that that he was in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, it's very rare to see something like that. White Mamba says, what do you think of the Joe Burrow injury? They ruled him out of training camp preseason, and he could potentially miss regular season games. It's possible his injury is more severe than we know. I really don't think it's going to be that big of a concern, honestly, because, I think it was a calf injury that he had. And, calf injuries, they're not like ACLs or like broken legs or anything. So at least it's going to give Joe Burrow some time to recover. Obviously, I don't know too much about it because I don't follow the Bengals. The only reason I do is because the only reason I know anything about them is because they're in the AFC North. But from what I hear, it's not too severe, and he's going to be able to at least be ready for week 1. But I really don't think it's going to be that severe for him. The very worst, in my opinion, that's going to do is that it's just going to make him miss some preseason time. Let's see. Sean says, I think Anthony Richardson will be the best QB in 2023. I agree. Anthony Richardson's a really good quarterback. And, like I said in my predictions video, I think the Colts season relies entirely on Anthony Richardson. If their offense is very boom or bust, and if Anthony Richardson performs as advertised, I think the Colts can be a pretty solid team this year. Let's see. I don't think Josh Allen is overpraised. I think he just has to get over that hump in the playoffs, but I definitely wouldn't say that he's better than Mahomes or Burrow. I think he's earned the right to be a top 5 quarterback in the league, but I wouldn't say he's overpraised. I just think a lot of people say that. I just think a lot of people give him more credit than he deserves, but I wouldn't say overpraised. Yeah, Green Bay's going to be in for a rough year. If you also listen to what I said in my predictions video, I think honestly the Packers should tank. I really do. I think they should tank. Because look at it this way. They don't know what they have in Jordan Love. They just lost Aaron Rodgers. They don't have Devontae Adams anymore. Well, they haven't had him for a year now. And if, in my opinion, if Green Bay, and they know that Caleb Williams, they know that Caleb Williams kid is ultra talented. So in my opinion, if Green Bay is like way under 500 at their bye week, they should just punt the season. I mean, in my opinion, they should punt the season no matter what. But if you want my opinion, I think they should. I really do think they should tank. It wouldn't hurt them. I mean, one sacrifice here wouldn't hurt them. No, outside of Arizona, I would honestly say the Rams are worse. I think the Rams are way worse than the Packers, honestly. LA lost their entire team except for Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp. That's all they have over there. Sure, Stafford's coming back, but honestly, with Stafford in there, I really don't know if it's going to benefit the Rams. I honestly think the Rams are way worse than Green Bay is. I honestly think the Cardinals and Rams are going to be the top 2 picks in the draft. I theorize that CJ Stroud will have a long progression, especially in a franchise like Houston. If he wants to progress faster, he should leave. Watson only lasted there so long. Same with Schaub. I can agree with that, but, that also has a lot to do with coaching and scheming as well. I think CJ Stroud himself has what it takes to be a starter in this league, but, it's not fair to judge a rookie when we haven't even seen him play a full down yet. Let's see. No, it's going to be glorious not watching a season without. It's going to be glorious to watch a season with no Tom Brady. White Mamba says, thoughts on Lamar Jackson? Personally, I don't think he's good enough to win a Super Bowl, and the media gives him way too much praise. It's puzzling considering his 1-3 playoff record. I do agree that he is a little bit overhyped, but that's not to say that he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's the best thrower. He's top 10 in my opinion. There's no denying he's top 10. I just really don't think he's a clutch quarterback. If the game's on the line and if you need to win a big game, I wouldn't put it in Lamar's hands. I really wouldn't. And I know that 1-3 in the playoffs, that has more to do with the team than the quarterback, but Lamar isn't really litting it up in the playoffs. He doesn't really strike. He never struck me as an elite quarterback. He never did. And he's not the best thrower either. So, in short, he's good. I'm not saying he's bad. He's good. He's a great athlete, okay? The dude has great wheels, obviously. He's a great athlete. I just don't think he's a fantastic quarterback like people say. You also got to remember he has John Harbaugh as his head coach. I hate the Harbaughs, but, the Harbaughs are good coaches. So I do agree with that on Lamar personally. Daniel Jones is good, but, I definitely think that he needs to improve his mechanics a little bit too. Kind of in the, yeah, that's my opinion on Daniel Jones too. Let's see. Rams were a one-hit wonder, trapped with headstrong. Yeah, I can agree with that. That sounds about right. I'd take Baker Mayfield as Jones's backup. That sounds reasonable, actually. I think Baker Mayfield's a good backup. I wouldn't mind him as a backup. Funny that you bring that up, actually, because me and a buddy of mine at work a couple months ago, we were talking, we were just talking football, and he goes this was before Baker Mayfield went to Tampa. He goes okay, so say Baker Mayfield's still on the market, and let's say Kenny Pickett doesn't have a good year this year. Would you have Baker Mayfield be if it had to come down to cutting one of your quarterbacks and you swap him out for someone else, would you have Baker Mayfield as a backup? And I said yes. I said, yeah, I would take Baker Mayfield as backup. He ain't a starter, but I would take him as a backup. Justin Herbert is so overrated. Yeah, definitely. He's a close second for me. Someone asked me earlier in the stream that who I think the most overrated player in the league is, and I said Michael Thomas. Justin Herbert is a really close second. I never got the hype with Justin Herbert. I never did. Kirk Cousins is up there too. Justin Herbert and Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, are the two most overrated quarterbacks in the league. I never got the hype with them. Never. Who do I hate more between the Bengals or the Browns? I hate the Browns more. I don't like the Bengals either. I wouldn't go as far as say that I hate them just because the Steelers will always beat the crap out of them every time we played. But the Browns have been longtime rivals with the Steelers all the way back to the 1950s. I can't stand the Browns. I will never cheer for them. Never. I don't care if I do live in Cleveland. I will never cheer for that team. I can at least, empathize with Bengal fans. But now that I live in Cleveland and see for myself how much Cleveland doesn't care about baseball and basketball, because let's face it, Cleveland is always just going to be a football town no matter what. I can't stand the Browns. What's going on, Zach? Thank you so much, buddy, for coming on. Yeah, exactly, Lady Lamar, great athlete, but overrated. Can't stay. Yeah, that's something else I forgot to mention. Lamar can't stay healthy either. Like I said, he's a top 10 quarterback, but he's just very unclutch, in my opinion. Do I like Justin Fields? Yeah, I think Justin Fields has made some nice progress. I think it's going to be a good year for him. I'm excited to see Justin Fields. Dak Prescott's another one. I think the thing with the Cowboys for me is that they fired Kellen Moore. I don't know why they did that. They had a top 5 offense with Kellen Moore. I'm sorry. They had a top 5 offense with Kellen Moore. I don't like McCarthy calling all the shots on offense. And I think now you're just setting your team up to win it under Dak. And I don't think Dak has it either. Yeah, exactly. Justin Herbert. Oh my God, is that guy overrated? Who do I think is a better quarterback? Joe Burrow or Joe Burrow easily. A-Rob, I don't know if you heard it, but I think Justin Herbert is the most overrated quarterback in the league. I'll take Burrow over Herbert any day. What's going on, Top Dog? Thanks for tuning in. Jonathan Morgan, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Still Ill says, my first Steeler game was Ben's last game at Heinz Field against Cleveland. What a beautiful sight to see. I almost went to that game, honestly, dude. I almost went to it. My first game that I ever went to was, I'll never forget it. My first game I ever went to was Christmas Eve of 2005. I was 10 years old. My uncle from New Jersey came in, and he's one of the biggest reasons that I'm a Steeler fan. Like, literally, I could call him right now and I could talk on the phone. If he wanted to, he can come on this stream right now and be a guest, and we'd sit here for like 3 hours and talk football. But yeah, he flew in from New Jersey, and we drove up to Cleveland Christmas Eve of 2005 to see the Steelers-Browns game. The Steelers won 41-0. And it was punctuated with James Harrison body slamming a drunk Browns fan that went on the field. Willie Parker busted it open. I think it was like a 75-yard touchdown run against the Browns. Defense just picked apart Charlie Fry all day, and Big Ben had a pretty solid game as well. I'll never forget that. That was the first game I ever went to. Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray's up there too, Matthew, definitely. Am I the only one who thinks the Jags are overrated? probably because the AFC South sucks. But I think Jacksonville is talented enough to win a playoff game. I mean, they came back down 27-0 for crying out loud against the Chargers, who do Charger things, but still, I mean, it's 27-0 for crying out loud. How do you blow a lead like that? Max Thunder, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Just got back. Let's see. I'm just trying to get caught up with the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Take a 2-game sweep. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah, the game is not over yet. Game is not over yet. I don't trust anyone in our bullpen except Bednar. I'm just trying to get caught up with the chat. This thing moves too fast and I talk too much. Who do I think is the most overrated player in the MLB? Most overrated player in the MLB. I'm trying to think of someone who I think really isn't all that good. Honestly, I would probably say, I know I'm going to get hate. I know I'm going to get hate for this, but I'd probably say Tatis Jr. I don't get the hype with him. He's not terrible, but I don't think he's as good as what people say. What are my thoughts on the Spurs getting the first? I'm not a Spurs fan, dude. Yeah, that's another thing for me. Like, you guys know from past videos that I said I was a Spurs fan, right? So, really, I came to terms with it, getting a little personal here, okay? When I broke up with, when I found out that my ex was cheating on me, and when I broke up with her, for as ugly as of a breakup as it was, and for as depressed that I was, and for the time that I relapsed with drinking and smoking, the one silver lining with me is that it made me realize my self-worth. Because, I know that I know that I'm too good of a person to subject myself to someone who doesn't respect me and doesn't appreciate me and, will take advantage of me, So, yeah, it was awful. I mean, it was awful when I found out that she was cheating and it was awful to break up. But I know you're probably thinking that, and I know you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with the Spurs? Well, I'm getting to that. Part of this whole journey with the breakup is that it made me do a lot of soul searching and still discovering who I truly am as a person. And a lot came out. A lot came out, man. It really did. And I found out that I'm not really a Spurs fan. I was really only a Spurs fan for the big three because I love Tim Duncan, okay? I love Tim Duncan. I love Manu Ginobili. I love Tony Parker. I love all them guys. Greg Popovich, in my opinion, is the greatest NBA head coach of all time. But when the big three was gone and the Spurs started struggling, I just wasn't getting attached anymore, And then I remembered, from back when I was a little kid, like probably 4 or 5 years old, tail end of the 90s. I know I'm revealing my age a little bit, but I know. Say your age without saying your age, right? You guys know how old I am. I'm old enough, in my opinion, I'm old enough to be a dad. But I remembered when I was a little kid, my dad was a Chicago Bulls fan. And I remember one time I crawled up on his lap. He's wearing a Bulls sweatshirt or whatever. I crawled up on his lap And I go like, Dad, that's a cow on your shirt. And he goes like, no, that's a bull. And I go, no, that's a cow. And it was like, we go back and forth, cow, bull, cow, bull, cow, bull. And then he does like a Looney Tunes thing on me where I said cow and then he goes cow and I go bull. But yeah, so like I would think out of all the teams that my dad would want me to be a fan of, it'd be the Bulls. So that's the main reason that I'm a Chicago Bulls fan now in the NBA. Jeff says, glad you're back on track, bro. Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm glad too. I knew this month was going to be hard for me as well because in a couple weeks, I cannot believe it's already been a year already. In a couple of weeks, it's going to be a year since a really good friend of mine died of a drug overdose. And that got me to relapse as well. Like I started drinking again. I started smoking again. Like I was so stressed. And like, thankfully I was able to see the error of my ways. And coming up in September, it'll have been a year since I've smoked and it'll have been a year since I've been sober. So I'm just still trying to take it day by day. I know that I don't try to think about it too much, but if it all goes according to plan, I'll have been sober for a year in September. So yeah, that caused me a lot of stress, And I it still hits me. It still hits me sometimes. When you have someone that you were such good friends with, and you knew that, and someone that you were such good friends with, someone that you could just talk to regularly, hang out with, and chill, and just have a good connection with. And then all of a sudden, you wake up one morning and they're gone. It's terrible. It is an awful, awful thing to go through. And then, of course, you guys know that both my grandparents passed away. So that was another thing I knew. Like, it's been a lot of stress. It's like with me, it's like, whoa, why is everyone leaving now? Like my uncle passed back in 2020. I had another uncle that passed in 21. And then I had I had another uncle pass in 22. Then my grandpa passed last year. Then my friend, my good friend from high school last year. Then my grandma a couple months ago. It's like, whoa, like why is everyone leaving? Life, life beats the shit out of you, man. It does. It throws a lot of stuff at you, and it's up to you to be tough and how you handle it. Smoking and drinking is not the way to do it. And I learned that the hard way. So I'm very blessed to be able to say that in September, it'll have been a year since I've been sober. So I'm just going to keep on track with it, man. Jeff says, my wife passed away at 40, so I get it. Time heals, not everything, but it's it. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry to hear about that, man. Cancer is evil. I know that too. I've had family members deal with cancer. My grandpa actually had melanoma 3 times. That's not what he died from, but he had melanoma 3 times. So skin cancer runs in my family, so I get it. I'm seeing a dermatologist. I see a dermatologist because I am honestly petrified that I'm going to get melanoma. So like literally anytime I go outside, I put sunscreen on. I don't care if it's cloudy out. I put sunscreen on. I am terrified of getting cancer. But yeah, man, that's terrible. I'm so sorry, dude. Lymphoma. I'm sorry, Matthew. Yeah, cancer is evil. Thank you, A-Rob. I appreciate that, buddy. And keep strong, man. Keep it up. You're a lot stronger than you're stronger than you know, dude. I found that out the hard. I found that out about myself as well. You know. Yeah, 2022 was. Yeah, I feel it still. 2022 was. Man, I thought 2020 was bad, and it was. 2020 was awful. But man, last year was like the worst year of my life. But it had like a glimmer of hope at the end because now I'm a homeowner and, with my job, advancing in it, getting some upgrades with it, making some new friends. At least there was a silver lining with it. But man, last year was just dreadful for me. Breaking up with my ex, it was just awful. 67. Yeah, that's pretty young. Jeff says we've all lost and life throws a ton of curves. Probably why I didn't make it in the MLB. Great college career. Wouldn't trade it for definitely, man. It's great that you mentioned college because I'm actually considering going back to college to get my master's in nutrition because I really want to go into personal training. But I also know that October, I got these lovely things called student loans coming over. And in April, the lease for my car is up and I'm probably going to buy my car. So like, I know I have those two big expenses right there. Plus with being a homeowner, I'm really thinking this through, but I really want to go into personal training, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Depression's, very difficult to deal with. It's a shame that a lot of people take it lightly. Love your takes on the Pirates. Crazy peg. Yeah, the Reds just tied the game. Typical bullpen. Jeremiah says, my dad passed away in 2010 from brain cancer. Man. Stopped smoking in 2013 in memory. That's good for you, man. I'm proud of you for doing that. I think everyone who smokes or used to smoke, I think they all have like a personal experience. Like with me, obviously it was my friend who passed away last year because she overdosed on drugs. And then also it was my grandpa. My grandpa used to smoke too because, I literally did what he did because I was like a spitting image of I'm like a spitting image of my dad's side of the family, So like, I literally did what he did. I woke up one morning and literally as I was lighting my cigarette, I was like, you know what? Why am I killing myself? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm this really fit person, this really healthy person who goes to the gym, watches what he eats, drinks water, but yet I smoke. It doesn't make sense. So I think everyone just has like their own personal story with it, and that's mine. Arov says, what I've learned, good to cry, just let it out, but not to an unhealthy extent. There was a 2-week stretch where I cried, but just know to everyone in the chat there, definitely, dude. I mean, the thing about depression is like that, it doesn't just go away. You're always going to be in it, but you have to have ways to like diminish it. Like, it's something that you need to talk to a therapist about. You need to, probably get medicated for it. You have to have good supporting friends. You have to have a social life. Like, there's certain things that you have to do in order to get out of it, or else you won't. And you're just stuck in it. So like with me, it's like, I'm never going to be not depressed. in the same way that I'm never not going to be epileptic, because that's another thing. You know, I've been epileptic for 15 years now. So it's like I'm never going to not be epileptic in the same way that I'm never going to not be depressed. So you definitely have to like find ways to combat it and diminish it, or else it's just going to consume you and you're going to waste your life with it. You're not old enough to have alcohol or to smoke. That didn't stop me, Zach. I started smoking when I was 17. I started smoking when I was 17. I smoked for almost a decade. Who is the best defenseman in the NHL? How do you think the Pens will do this season, and which goalie do you think will have the best performance this season? Pretty much anyone on Vegas. That defense they got is legit, dude. Think positive, definitely, JR. I don't know if I'll be the same until I get my degree into. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like I get that, dude. I've been there. College is so stressful. College is actually, I actually looked this up. College is always going to be in the top 5 of things that cause the most stress to people. It's always going to be up there with death in the family. It's always going to be up there with divorce. It's always going to be up there with moving. I'm not going to lie. I was very stressed when I first moved here because, you know, I'm out of state now. I live in a completely different environment. And I'm away from a lot of my friends and my family. So like I'm in unfamiliar territory. So like I get it. College is incredibly stressful. Who do I think is going to win Super Bowl 58? See, I don't know that yet, JR, because it's only preseason and I can't really say who's going to be in the Super Bowl yet. I usually have a good idea of who I think will be in the Super Bowl by like mid-season, but at the top of my head right now, hate to say it, but I think Kansas City has a good chance of repeating. Thoughts on the Rangers this season? Rangers are a good team. Rangers are a great team. I think they're going to go back to the playoffs. Ah, shit, my contact. Yeah, out of high school. I've been out of high school for almost 10 years now. Crazy to think about. What's going on, Caleb? Thanks for tuning in, man. Jeremiah says, one way I have to cope with depression is getting heavily involved with sports. That's why the fall is one of my favorite times of the year, especially rooting for the Steelers. You see, yeah, that's great because, you know, like everyone has their own way with coping with it. I have my own way too. My way of coping with it is honestly going to the gym. You know, going to the gym is my way of coping with it because, like, when I work out, I release all my stress. I release all my endorphins when I go to the gym. It gets all the negative energy out of me. So that's my way of coping with it. And my other way of coping it, I know this sounds very cliche, and a lot of comedians do this too, but another way that I cope with it is that I have a great sense of humor. I love making people laugh. I love cracking jokes with people. I'm very sarcastic, you know? So like, yeah, you know, that's my way of coping with it as well, because I don't want people to feel sorry for me when I tell them that I'm not feeling good. I want to put a smile on their face, you know? So like those are my 2 ways of coping with it. I mean, everyone has their own way of coping with it. Who do I think wins the NL Central? Milwaukee. Derek Shelton's an idiot. Yeah. Figures he'd get ejected. Well, I'm an hour in, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to put my headphones on and I'm going to start inviting people in the chat. So let me just get this all set up right here. I think I'm good. Just going to do a sound check real quick with this. So I'll drop the link in just 1 second here because I'm an hour in. Like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be on here until 10 o'clock. I just wanted to be on here for a couple of hours just to get a stream in. But let's see. I'm just going to do a quick sound check on here real quick so that way I know this thing is working. All right, perfect. So I can hear perfectly fine. So I'm going to just drop the link down right now. So the next half, so the last half of this is going to be just open chat, invite people, see if I can get some people in. And then 10 o'clock, I'm going to call it a stream. Pirates bunted with 2 The basic fundamentals do not apply with the Pirates at all. They just don't. I know I missed a lot. Yeah, I lost my grandpa in the aftermath of 9/11 because of, 9/11. Wow. That's horrible. That is horrible. I can't imagine losing someone to 9/11. I was only 6 years old when that happened. But yeah, let's get some callers in. Luke, what's going on, man?
Nothing much about yourself.
Doing great. Had a great day today. Just unwinding and relaxing and doing back to doing what I do best on here, man.
Sweet.
Yeah. And let's get Dashy on here. I know that he's been a long time subscriber. How you doing, buddy?
Right now, I'm getting a little bit of nervousness because I swear, if we send in our closer in a non-safe situation, you guys are going to win the game.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, like, I know the Reds just tied it because our bullpen just sucks. But outside of Bednar, our bullpen's is a mess. Let's get Luke on here. What's up, man?
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, buddy. Yeah, what's
Sheldon
going
was
on,
the
man?
only one who got ejected. The pitching coach for the Pirates and Don Kelly also got tossed.
What's up, Sermon?
What's going on, Matthew?
Hey, nice to finally talk with you.
Yeah, definitely. You have an awesome name, by the way. That's my name.
Thanks.
Yeah, people that know me personally, yeah, my first name is Matthew. I go by Matt, though. But, yeah, I don't know if any of you guys heard it, but like at the beginning of the stream, I actually said that the reason that I'm Mac now is because that's what my username's going to be. I'm going to change it soon because like I lost the verification code on my Gmail, and so I had to pretty much create another Gmail account, link it to this. And I'm like, it's not worth going through the whole process again. So I'm just going to change my name again. So all I'm doing right now is just trying to get a new logo up, which I'll have in about a couple of days. And then a new intro, and then a new intro as well. And then let's get Zach on here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine. Long time no see.
Yeah, for sure. It's great to be back on here.
January. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Can we just get into our closer in a non-save situation again?
Kevin Casper and Bruce Fairbanks, and we threw three wild pitches in a row against Cleveland. We got lucky.
He just
And
got
by the
tagged
way,
out. Henry Davis just got tagged out.
I want Juan DeFranco off this team.
Yeah, what's going on with Tampa Bay, man? They got off to such a fantastic start, and now they're like,
only because the team I expected to show up the entire season is starting to show up.
Wait, what team you talking about with Tampa? You talking about?
Henry
Davis just got tagged out.
And now
talking about the Rays.
And now there's drama.
Oh.
Now there's drama. Under Franco had a relationship with a 14-year-old.
What the hell?
Yeah, I just saw that and it's being investigated.
That's like Felipe Vasquez. That's like Felipe Vasquez.
Yeah,
that dude,
such a great.
When did that come out?
That dude, I'm telling you, Felipe, that dude should be in prison for the rest of his life. He was having sex with a minor. I don't know
Juan
how.
Falcone just had a
What the
relationship
hell?
with a minor, and
Yeah,
apparently,
I don't know how. I
apparently
don't know
the
how
He should
old
probably
she
be in jail
was.
for like the rest of his life.
the minor, both parties are at fault in this because the minor lied about her age.
Yeah, I don't remember how old she was, but I know that like they actually had sex a couple of times. It's disgusting.
They did this.
And
This happened at the worst timing because now we're still in a chase with the Orioles, even though we should never have been in a chase with them in the first place.
the Orioles are good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
Baltimore.
they're
Yeah,
good,
they
but
got a
with
they
how
got a
ready
great team.
this team was at the start of the season, it was like you should be able to hold on to this, and they didn't.
It's just
David
like
Boone, you
us.
got lucky on that pick off the bat.
it's just
Otherwise,
like us. It's just like us.
on
We're
that
20
down,
and we're 20-8 at the end of April, and then
Yeah.
just a complete nosedive after that. Now, granted, it was a lot of it has to do with the fact that our placeholders were still there at the time, and Austin Hedges is just a bum and all
Hey,
that
he's
stuff.
off the team. He's off the team.
But yeah, like now
Texas.
we did.
Texas
Now
only
we
played for
did.
Texas because of
We
Heim being
did what
hurt.
we needed to. We did what we needed to do at the deadline when you're way under 500 like that, which is sell. And we called up our prospects. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, at this point, the season is over, and I'm just looking at 2024.
Hey, 2024, you'll see Paul Skeens by like probably June
Paul
or
I
July.
don't know if we're seeing them in 24. Maybe
Probably
like
24 or 25.
yeah, maybe
Because
if we're gonna see. Look, if we're gonna see Paul Skeens at any point in 2024, it's because we're just gonna pretty much like call him up for like a dinner date at the end of the season. I anticipate to see him in 2025.
Yeah. All I know is now I want Kyle Snyder's gone. His approach with pitchers, have them throw as hard as they can. The harder they throw, the more pressure they're putting on that arm, which is leading to more blowouts. That's why Shane McClanahan is out until the playoffs, possibly. Maybe even more because he might get Tommy John.
Oh man, that sucks. I know Mike Burrows down in our farm. He needed Tommy John. That sucks. He was one of our top prospected pitchers.
And this pitching staff, I had to laugh because it was terrible in a series against a Cleveland team that had no Jose Ramirez. They were still terrible. I'm like, really? They don't have Jose Ramirez, and you're giving up 8 runs a game against them. That's atrocious.
Yeah. All right,
and the Rays did what I knew they were going to do at the deadline: do nothing but fix needs they don't need. They need another bat in their bullpen arm.
Yeah, let me just see if I can fit Johnster on here because I know I'm not at my limit yet. I'm gonna have to upgrade. I can't do that yet. But Johnster, I'm sorry, dude. I'll try to get you on here at some point. But yeah, like just looking at the comments here, want the Yankees to call? Yeah, like why aren't the Yankees calling up their prospects?
Yankees should call up
the Mets traded like everyone away.
Just got inducted last week, too.
Riley.
I mean,
I saw the ceremony.
The one and done in the wild card because they're supposed to play either Houston or Texas.
Yeah, Zach, I don't know if you heard this at the beginning of the stream, but someone asked me if Baltimore is going to win the AL East. Undeniably,
yes,
dude. But undeniably, but
they will.
If you want my personal opinion, I think the Orioles win the pennant.
I think it's going to be Houston or Texas. It's going to be one of the Texas teams.
Texas.
I can see the Orioles in it.
Yeah, Texas is a good team too, but honestly, I would look out for Baltimore. That is a good team.
They are.
Baltimore is good, but the thing is, are they ready for the postseason?
That's true too.
Because there's
somebody asked you a question. You probably didn't read it.
They kind of, you know what the Orioles remind me of? The Orioles kind of remind me of us from 2013. but they're a little bit more defined than we were back then. But yeah, like my honest opinion, I think Baltimore wins the pennant.
I think it's going
I
to be.
agree.
I think it's
Yeah, I
going to
think
be
the Braves
Houston or
will do it.
Texas.
I
But it
agree.
doesn't matter. Atlanta is my World Series pick. Like, until someone can stop, until I can safely say there is someone out there who can stop them, I don't think anyone's going to stop them.
No.
Atlanta's,
Yeah, Zach, I gotta agree with you on that.
I
like,
agree.
the Braves, they're
Yeah,
just.
The
yeah.
Braves
I don't
always
know.
do.
I don't know if I can fully trust the Braves because
The
we
Pirates.
honestly we
Yeah.
split a 4-game series with them, and we were toe to toe in all 4 games with them. Atlanta's pitching is not good.
It's
You
mainly
know-
their bullpen because their starters are fine. It's their bullpen.
We made Spencer Strider look terrible.
That's their only weakness.
Yeah,
But at least
Yeah.
you could be Texas. Their bullpen is terrible.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Atlanta has an awesome offense. Like I love Ronald Acuna Jr. But
Ronald's winning MVP.
Yeah.
He's going to get a 44.
he's easily my vote for MVP.
Him, Freddie,
But-
and Olsen are my top 3.
Yeah.
Matt Olsen.
Yeah, like I don't know if I can fully trust Atlanta in the playoffs.
Yeah, but the Angels
Oh.
made a huge mistake by going all in.
Yeah, I
That was
don't
a
know what they were
mistake.
doing there.
Yeah,
I
they were
don't
close to a playoff race, but Seattle's going to heat up. You have to pass Boston and the Yankees.
You know who else I don't
Still
You know who else I don't understand? I don't understand why San Diego bought at the deadline either. I mean,
Yeah.
they're under 500. They've been getting killed by LA and San Francisco all year. They can't even beat Colorado, and they're taking scrap heaps from us. They're desperate, dude.
The Cardinals sold at the deadline too.
They
Of the
should. They
they
should.
did.
Also, Jason
Yeah. Padres are a
Davis
joke.
They sold.
took his own life. He was a Power Ranger.
Yep. Let's see. Tuck the Puppy says, how do I feel about the Seattle Kraken's second season? They made it to the playoffs, knocked out the former defending Stanley Cup. Seattle had a great season. It was their second season in the league, and to face a team as good as Colorado, that was incredible what they did. They have a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah, I see a Stanley Cup with them in a couple years, like the next
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Let's get Johnster on here. I know he's been waiting. What's up, buddy?
Can y'all hear? No, hear me?
Brian
Hear you loud
Brown
and
made
clear.
an amazing catch.
That's good.
Yeah, I'd get more people on here, but I got to upgrade, and I'm just saving up for that for a
My
little bit.
connection-
But
my connection is all over the place because I'm actually out of the house right now. Then the connection where I am is hit and miss.
yeah, I feel it. That's pretty much my work's Wi-Fi. It's very, very choppy at times.
Hey, Sermon,
Yeah, what's up?
you think the Browns will be good this season?
They can, but
I don't know.
remember it's the Browns.
Yeah, and Kevin
But yeah.
Stefanski has regressed
like
since
the
2020.
Rays, don't they?
Yeah, I think
Deshaun
it all.
Watson's not producing at all. He won't produce.
Honestly, but my honest take on the Browns, I think it all relies on how Deshaun Watson is this year for him.
Yeah,
That's what I
but he
said.
won't. He won't produce. He won't produce for like anything.
Yeah, that's my honest take on him. I love watching him suffer, but if they're to be any good this year, it has to be on Watson.
Yeah.
Sermon, where would you rank the Panthers upsetting the Bruins? Where would you rank that as far as upsets in sports?
I would
man.
put it's easily top 2. Easily
What's,
top 2.
what's up there with you?
What's
number one? I was just going to say
Honestly, it's a close call because
that.
people. I mean, I know none of us were around for it, but Super Bowl III was a massive upset.
Agreed.
Super Bowl 42, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Ugh.
I mean, the Boston Bruins had literally the best season in NHL history, and they're up 3-1 against a team that barely made the playoffs, and they blew it. That has to be no lower than 3, in my opinion.
I agree.
Agree.
All because the Penguins choked against some of the worst teams in the league. Just had to say it. That doesn't happen.
I ain't
Okay.
gonna talk about that.
Okay, stream's over. But yeah,
We were the worst team in the league last year, and we had to fire our head clown Dallas Eakins because we were the clown show.
yeah, the Pens though. I mean, getting Erik Karlsson, that was a great move
Yeah.
for us. But I don't know if it fully solves. I don't know if it fully solves all the problems that we have because let's face it, Sid just turned 36 last week. Malkin's old, Letang's old. We don't have an elite goalie, in my opinion. Defense still needs help, especially in the transition. So, I really don't know if the Pens are going to be better or worse this upcoming season. But, it would sting. It would sting a lot more if the Pens didn't win those back-to-back cups,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think that was the right signing for Karlsson because he's over 30.
Yeah.
The Penguins need.
Yeah, I don't know why the
Yeah.
Penguins keep bringing back the old guys.
It's because we're in win mode now. We're in an awkward position. It's like we're not good. We're not bad enough to tank, but we're too good to miss the playoffs. So it's like we're like the most gray area team in the league right now.
My friend wanted you to know that he's a Browns fan.
Oh, I see a lot of them over here.
Jeez.
I bet.
Town.
I hate the Browns. Browns suck.
Oh, and get this, my boss at work.
Browns
Yeah.
fan.
God.
My boss at
Bengals.
work. No, this is awesome, actually. My boss at work, his name is also Matt, and he's also from Pittsburgh. And he's also a Steeler fan.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Yeah, he's way older than me. He's way older than me. He's old enough to be my dad, actually. He's in his 60s. But, if I had to guess, he's probably, in his early to mid-60s. But, yeah, him and I, we talk Steelers all the time.
Nice.
Hey, good job against us in that preseason game. I'm a big Tampa
Thurman,
Bay
have you
sports fan.
ever been to Heinz Field for a Steelers game or not yet?
Oh, yeah, of course I have.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The problem is that the tickets are just so expensive.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to 49ers Steeler game week 1.
I wanted to go to that game, but see, a couple of games I know for sure I'm not streaming this year. Week 1's actually one of them because my buddy who lives in Sharon, Pennsylvania, which is maybe an hour away from Pittsburgh, he messaged me back in June. He's like, "Hey, I'm having a watch party week 1. You want to come over?" I'm like, "Sure." So I won't do that one. Both Thursday games, most likely I won't do because they interfere with my work hours, and it's really hard for me to get. It's really hard for me to get PTO nowadays, and possibly December 23rd when we have that Saturday nighter against the Bengals because it'll be around Christmas time, and Christmas is always very hectic for me. And then New Year's Eve as well because I'm having a New Year's Eve party at my place.
Oh,
so those are games I know for sure I'm not streaming.
Wait, Sermon, I actually remember.
Yeah.
I remember you went to the Cowboys Steelers game in 2016. Now I remember
did.
that. Yeah, I remember.
Awesome
Nice.
game, but just a terrible outcome,
Mhm.
Yep, I can agree with you there. Fuck the
Yeah,
Cow.
I could. Yeah, I'm my heart dropped when Zeke ran it in the end zone that last time. Because that fake spike touchdown by Big Ben, it was man, the crowd just exploded, And it's we did it. We beat the Cowboys. This is the hottest team in the league. We're gonna beat the Cowboys and end our losing streak. Then the defense gets sloppy and we can't stop Zeke and man,
And on top of
it was still an awesome game though.
And on top of that, you guys went for 4
Agreed.
two-point conversions and missed all of them.
Yeah, just kick the fucking extra point, man.
Fucking hate the Cowboys.
Yep.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Man.
Same, big time.
I have a love-hate relationship relationship with them.
I respect, like, with me.
Like, I respect them.
Yeah. Okay, so like with me, I respect the Cowboys. I respect their winning history, but I can't stand them. You know.
Yeah, that's kind of like the same thing with. That's the same thing with me and the Patriots. Like whereas like if you talk to like if you like talk to my two uncles, you know they're older Steeler fans. They lived through the 70s. They hate the Cowboys. They hate the Cowboys and the Raiders. You know.
Yeah.
Raiders, nothing really there. Cowboys, absolutely.
Oh. Pirates are about to go in extra innings.
5 teams that always gave Brady trouble: Ravens, Seahawks, Broncos, Dolphins, and the Giants. Yeah, I would say Kansas City too.
For the
What
most
team
part.
was it? What team was it?
Jack Crick says 5 teams that always gave Brady trouble: Ravens, definitely. Seattle, to an extent, they did.
Yeah.
Seattle,
Denver,
Denver
definitely.
Super Bowl,
Denver,
so,
definitely.
Question
the Dolphins only in Miami.
Yeah,
and then the Giants, obviously.
And
Yeah.
the Colts with Peyton did give him trouble at times too.
How about the Saints?
I don't know.
I don't think that.
No, not really. The only time I remember Brady losing them was in 2009.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, as a
He had a
Patriot.
hard time against them on the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, it meant as a Patriot, yeah.
Yeah. Do I like Max Talbot? Oh man, I liked him when he was a I liked him when he was a Penguin. Not right now though.
Sorry, how did Tom Brady go from coming back for down 28-3 to win Super Bowl 51 against the Falcons?
Because Kyle Shanahan can't call plays.
Hold on. In his final season last season.
So what?
Who was it?
From 28-3 to what was it? You fogged out as soon as
34-28.
17-0 lead to the Bengals in his final season.
You blew a 17-0 lead, yeah. Well, Tampa was the definition. God.
Because the Bucs defense couldn't stop the firepower of the Bengals.
Yeah, and Todd Bowles is arguably the worst coach in the league.
Tampa was mid. Tampa's last year was the definition of mid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think it was also Jack that said earlier, or was it Jack or someone in the chat? They said that outside of the Cardinals, Green Bay is going to be the worst team, and I said that.
Yeah.
And I said the Rams are going to be second. I take that back. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the Bucs are just going to be dog water this year, man.
Yeah. They're going to be left.
You know, at least
Baker had one good year.
Yeah. You know, at least the Rams still have – I mean, don't get me wrong. I still think the Rams are going to suck too. But at least the Rams still have Aaron Donald and Cooper
Kupp.
Yeah,
the Bucs have like nobody now.
They just have Mike. They just have Mike.
They did like a wholesale purge, man. The Bucs are screwed this year.
Mike Evans is still there.
Yeah, but he had the worst. He had the worst year of his career last year.
This year's just changed.
You guys are
top game and vids. This is my max for right now until I upgrade. So sorry, dude. You're gonna have to wait till someone leaves.
Here, I'll leave. Have a good night, guys.
Oh, you sure?
Oh.
I mean, I'm not making you leave. I'm just answering the question.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure,
guys?
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, have a good one, man. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
All right, let me drop the link for him. Let me drop the link.
Is there a way you could pin it in the chat?
I think I can.
There is a way, I think.
Oh wait, is it the star icon right here? I think.
I'm actually not sure.
I think it might be. Star. Okay, I assume that's it, but we'll see.
Ryan yard twice.
Really nice to catch a stream from you. Oh, definitely, man. It's great to be back.
Yeah.
I
missed the old
Tennessee.
I missed that.
Tennessee's going to be horrible. Indianapolis is going to be horrible.
Ronald hit 2 home runs off of us. One of them was
top-
also story
Wait,
with
hold
Weaver.
on. Top game and vids. Are you Billy? Because that's who I see in the background here. But Jack Crick says, unpopular opinion, 2012 49ers were a better team than the 2019 Niners. Kaepernick was decent under Harbaugh that year, and the defense.
I still think 19 Niners are the better team.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah,
well,
you know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you know that.
Wasn't
You know,
wasn't that rookie Nick Bosa?
It's close, It's close actually, because
Was that rookie Nick Bosa?
both those teams had great defenses, but I would lean more towards 19 because they had a better offense to me. And let's get top game vids on here. Billy, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. But yeah, that's my opinion with that. It's not a hard argument to make, honestly.
Yeah.
Those Niners teams should have at least won. I'd say 2 Super
They
Bowls.
should have. They should have. Those were some good teams they had. But
Yeah,
course,
I
the,
used to watch you all the
Super
time
Bowl
when you had your
56.
Steel Maiden channel.
Thank you,
Yeah.
buddy. I appreciate
Hey,
that.
that was an awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Unfortunately,
That was a,
unfortunately,
I still couldn't
though.
believe they took that down. That was like, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, the YouTube infringement got me, and I had to start over. But the most important thing is I'm here again.
Here. Matters.
Do not get me started Super Bowl 56, nor last season's AFC Championship game.
The worst NFL official, Ron Tolbert, not even close.
Even had a Cleat
Yeah.
Blakeman. Damn.
Yeah, Clete Blakeman's up there too, but I'd say Ron Tolbert.
Yeah, Ron Tolbert, because the last 2 Bengals playoff losses, we had him as our head
Cuts just
referee.
locked up then.
What was that? No.
Carl Sheffers is bad too.
How do you feel about the 23-24 Bulls this year? Chicago
I
Bulls.
think the Bulls have a good team, and I think the Bulls can be competitive. But
Playoff team.
the problem with me with the Bulls, at least from what I see, is that we kind of tend to overvalue some of our players, or we don't give them enough. We don't put them in the correct positions, And I
As
don't
a
know.
fellow Bulls fan, I agree.
And injuries play a big part of it as well. But it also comes down to Billy Donovan,
And we will not have Lonzo Ball for the whole season again.
I think the Bulls are going to be solid.
The talent's definitely there. I like Zach LaVine. I don't know why people hate on him just because he turns the ball over a lot, but he's a good scorer.
He is good.
They wanted the Bulls to trade LaVine. I asked the same question. Who are we going to get in return if we trade Zach LaVine? That's what they're not answering.
We need at least 3 number one. We need at least 3 first rounders for him, in my opinion. Because if you listen to Locked On Bulls or Chicago Bulls Central on YouTube, a lot of the stuff he says about him makes sense.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Fucking
Quick question. What do you think is the biggest choke job? Easily 04 ALCS.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a question.
Yeah. It probably could have been the Heat this year if they would have lost Game 7.
Yeah, he said MLB history though.
I mean,
as a Heat fan, thank God that did not happen. Thank God.
I mean, I think the Bills might make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but the Denver Nuggets
they're the Bills.
I mean, they have a chance though. They
I'm
need
losing
to get
hope.
past
Bills
Kansas
do
City.
have a big chance.
I'm losing hope with the Bills. I mean, they're too talented of a team to not go to the Super Bowl, but they kind of remind me of the Falcons in the Matt Ryan era. they're very good and they put up a lot of points, but they just can't get over that hump.
Yeah. I also good for like DeMar Hamlin because he's like back and all that.
Thank
Like,
God he's doing okay.
Oh yeah,
on the mound
Like
for
that's
Pirate.
like a praise God. Like that's amazing how that is.
Yeah, thank God he's doing okay. All right, Secret Underdog, thank you for tuning in, man. He says glad to be back, see you back, Steel. Congrats again. Thank you, man. You have a good night, buddy. But
Yeah, I
thank
watched
God.
the NFL predictions the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took me a while to make. I actually had a sore throat afterwards because I was talking so much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
intense.
I watched it. I watched it too. I was kind of shocked to see you pick my Dolphins to win the division, but I really hope you're right.
I think they can. I think Buffalo, going back to Buffalo, like, I think that they kind of remained stagnant in the offseason. Like, they didn't get worse, but they didn't really improve. They just kind of remained stagnant.
Just
And
not up.
then
Not
the Jets, the Jets are just so overhyped, in my opinion.
I think they'll
Aaron.
sneak in the playoffs.
I mean,
Aaron
they might
Rodgers
win a
is a
playoff.
Aaron
Pittsburgh
Rodgers
Steelers
ain't
fan.
gonna do it.
Yeah, they haven't even played they remind me so much of the 2019 Browns right now.
Agree. Yeah.
And then the Patriots, I think they're finishing last in that division. They're the least talented team. They did not. All they did was just get Juju for their receiving core. That's like putting a Band-Aid over cancer, dude. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Agree.
Don't you love to see it though?
Juju.
I mean,
And then you got Miami. Like, the Dolphins actually made moves in the offseason to improve their team, and we saw the kind of quarterback that Tua is capable of being when he's healthy. They got the Cheetah and the Penguin down there as well.
Yeah.
I really do think Miami can win that division.
And I think that's funny. I saw something the other day. Here, you can talk.
It's all going to depend on Tua. Is he going to stay healthy? Is he going to?
Yeah.
He can't get injured.
Do you think?
Yeah, and your guys' head coach, is it McDaniel?
Yeah.
Yeah, McDaniel had a good year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Tyreek Hill will hit 2,000 passing or catching yards?
I think
2,000
he can do
receiving
it.
yards?
Yeah,
He can do it. Definitely.
I think he can, but in my honest opinion, best receiver in the game is Jefferson.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have a friend
that's
that's a Steelers fan. I have a friend.
The catch he made against the Bills, that was just unreal.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I'm starting to question David Bell's decision to option Nick Senzo down there, not send DJ Hawkins back to Louisville.
Yeah.
Jeremiah says, with all the success the Chiefs have had at home in the playoffs, would they be as successful in the playoffs on the road? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about Mahomes and Andy Reid, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree with you when you said how good the Seahawks are going to be. That's my surprise team of the year. Hot take: Seahawks win the NFC.
Wow, you think Seattle wins the whole conference?
NFC West, NFC. Your NFC champion, Seattle Seahawks. You heard it first. That team is.
Well, I do agree. I do agree that the Seahawks are going to be very good this year. I don't know if they're ready to overtake the 49ers yet.
Yeah, I'm not too all that big on Geno Smith. I mean, yeah, he had the best
he had a good year last year,
but I mean, we got to see more of him. It can't just be one season.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I am actually high on Detroit this year because, like,
oh yeah, 100%.
Look at the North. They don't have as much competition. Like Green Bay, I can't stress enough. I think they should tank this year.
Chicago,
the Bears, they know what they have in Justin Fields, but their defense is still a mess. And Minnesota is so overrated. The Vikings, they're good, but like they are not a 13 win.
They were.
And Detroit, we know Detroit can score, and they fixed their defense. I'm saying it. I think the Lions take the North this year.
I agree.
100%.
I honestly agree.
Honestly, I could even see them winning a playoff game.
They probably could.
I mean, they play Kansas City week 1. Though.
Yeah. And aside from Philly and maybe San Francisco, the Lions can go toe to toe with anyone in the NFC. They showed it last year.
Yeah. So, the third base
that's what the
coach is
Steelers
the
showed the
acting
last.
manager in this game for the rest of the game.
Who is?
His last name is Lobolo, I believe his last name is.
What?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Not Toy Lobolo, John.
That's what the Steelers did last year.
Jack says he has the Bucks winning the South. Sorry, buddy, I gotta disagree with you on that.
No,
They had a wholesale purge. They got rid of pretty much their entire.
It's not really too close.
Sherman, here's your bold take. Bengals win the North. The AFC Championship will be in Cincinnati. We will be in Cincinnati. We host the Chiefs.
Hey, Steelers have a chance this year. Steelers have a chance this year.
We do.
If Joe Burrow isn't healthy by week 1, the Steelers might have a chance. No, but if he is,
he's going to be.
Say he isn't.
Burrow's going to be fine. What is it?
I'm just saying. Say if he isn't, the Steelers could get a super good early start.
As a Bengals fan, I saw Joe Burrow throw before the game, way before pregame warmups. So he's expected to play week 1.
Burrow's going to be fine.
Let me say this about the AFC North. If there's one division,
it's good.
If there's one division this year where all 4 teams have a legit shot at making the playoffs, it's the AFC North.
I agree.
100%.
I have Steelers finishing in a close second in the AFC North, believe it or not.
I mean, second.
Gets third in Cleveland. You are last.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I have a friend who's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yeah, me too. Brady Needhart says, "Who's my favorite Steeler?" My favorite Steeler of all time is Paul Malu. My favorite Steeler right now is TJ.
And I have a friend who's a Ravens fan too.
No, I like Pickens.
My younger cousin's a Raven fan. My younger cousin's a Raven fan.
I'm a Cleveland fan.
Well, I mean, now that I live in the outskirts of Cleveland, I've made some friends since I moved, and they're all Browns fans, so I get to laugh at them.
Well, I mean, I'm a Browns fan too, but I respect
there's a lot of Steeler fans that live up near Cleveland.
Yeah, there are some Steeler fans over here.
There's a lot.
There are some Steeler fans over here, but where I'm from right on the Ohio Western Pennsylvania Turnpike. I'm from the Warren area. So there's a lot of Steeler fans over there, but I live about 20 miles from Cleveland, and obviously I'm in Brownstown. So I just have to tuck my tail in between my legs. But I'll tell you this about Cleveland. They don't give a shit about the Guardians, and they only care about the Cavs. Yeah. They only care about the Cavs now because they're good. Cleveland is strictly a football town.
Really?
I mean, I like all 3 of them. Cavs, Guardians,
next.
Browns.
Guardians are good. Wow.
Yeah. I'll continue to say it. Until the Reds win the series, I'll continue calling them the Cincinnati Cincies until they win the series.
Yeah, I'm not even concerned about the rest of the season because, the season's lost, and
today
we did what we needed to do at the deadline, which is sell, and we got rid of all our rentals. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the only reason I'm tuning in for the Pirate games for the rest of the season is just to see what we have in Andy Rodriguez and Henry Davis and so on. And they're playing really well too.
Henry Davis has been really good.
I got to warn you about Bailey Falter. I've seen him for how long? He's extremely Jekyll and Hyde. If he's on, he's on. If he's not, oh good lord!
Bailey Falter, he's good. He's not bad.
He can be, but the thing is, when he's not good, you could expect Mac over here to rant.
I went to the Pirates Phillies game, Ginger Palooza.
Sorry, I remember you said a few weeks ago
first
you would be going to a
He
Pirates
did
game. I think it
real
was in
good.
August.
I'm gonna go. I'll talk to
You
you
did say
later.
I think
that.
you said a few weeks ago that you would be going to a Pirates game in August. I don't remember the date.
Yeah, I am. In a couple of weeks, I'm heading down to Burgettstown. Actually, the day before, I'm heading down to Burgettstown. I'm seeing Breaking Benjamin with Disturbed.
Nice.
That's gonna be
and
good.
Starlight.
Okay, let me tell you something.
That's gonna be a good ass show. And then actually 10 days later on September 6th, I'm going to this place in Cleveland that's called Blossom, which is pretty much the equivalent of the Burgettstown venue I'm going to. I'm seeing Papa Roach with Shinedown. That's gonna be a great show too. But yeah, like the day after the show in Pennsylvania, I'm going to the Pirates game. They play the Cubs.
I hope you beat the absolute hell out of Derek Shelton.
Wait, did you say it was the when September? You said
September 6th. Yeah, I'm going to Blossom.
Okay, never mind.
Papa Roach and Shinedown. It's all it's awesome. It's awesome. 4 of my favorite bands from high school, and I'm seeing them all in 10 days.
Nice.
It's awesome.
When I was at the Pirates Phillies game, people were booing Shelton.
They should.
Behind me, there was a ton of Pirates fans and Phillies fans.
They should, and you're talking to another guy who's gonna boom when I'm there.
Oh yeah.
Agree. You're gonna get that on video, right?
Oh yeah, you did.
Not only that, but I am at least putting that on Instagram. I am at least putting that on Instagram.
Oh, I'm excited to see that. No, I have a video of people booing him.
I remember your video a few years ago when you got excited that they fired what's his name, Clint Hurdle. Imagine your reaction when they fired Shelton.
Yeah,
we fired Gabe Kapler.
Even Andy Haynes or Oscar Marine.
Oh, Andy Haynes.
I reacted real loud. I was heading into a second college.
When your reaction is going to be lit when they fire Shelton.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to say that. Nick Kroll, Jack Tracy, you'll be keeping your all-wear cement shoes in the bottom of the Ohio River.
Oh God.
Yeah, Shinedown is great, Dominic. They're right behind Lincoln Park for my favorite band of my time. I love Shinedown.
Yeah.
And we got to deal with another rookie. I think Henry Davis is up.
Henry Davis is up. Yep.
And today could have gone better for us. We got shut out by
McCutcheon's
and
you guys got
that
31 count.
Leedy goes, imagine if the Steelers did an intro at home. Your offensive coordinator, Matt Canada's definitely getting booed.
Matt Canada sucks. I cannot. I'm not excited to see another jet sweep or a fullback dive with Derek Watt.
That's a fair ball.
Unless he tells Pickens, unless he stops telling Pickens, hey George, just run this straight route and you're all set.
Like I almost lost my mind last year, the first half of the season, watching Claypool do jet sweep for 1 yard.
Yeah.
2 yards.
I mean, Calvin Austin. We saw that I saw that from Calvin Austin from the highlights Friday night. Calvin Austin has great wheels on him.
He does. He burned out that dude.
Sorry,
corner.
McCutcheon has given us a lot of headaches in his first stint with y'all.
Yeah.
Why do I dislike Chris Letang? Because he plays shitty defense and he spends too much time in the penalty box. That's why.
Isn't he like old as hell too?
Yeah, he's old. He's like 30. He's a little bit older than Sid. He's like 37.
Do you think if the Penguins either miss the playoffs or if they lose in the first round again, do you think you need to fire Mike Sullivan?
I felt bad for that.
No, we're not firing Sullivan.
Oh.
I think it's that we need to get younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Sully's the right coach for us. We need to get younger though.
The only way the Penguins should fire Sullivan is if they have a really talking really shitty year.
Yeah,
Like,
if we have a season
75 points, something like that.
If we have a season where we don't crack 80 points, then yeah, definitely. I think the talks of firing Sully are gonna really start to heat up.
Yeah.
The one game obviously not streaming would be the Bengals Seahawks in Cincinnati because I'm planning on going to that game.
The Bengals Seahawks game. A potential preview of Super Bowl 50.
The Pirates lost.
Whatever.
Cincinnati actually takes
Final
it.
10, 6-5. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, we came away with we came away with a split in the doubleheader. Got to be happy with that. But
happy with that.
Yeah, whatever.
Man,
I just remember back in April we swept.
I said,
that 4-game series that we.
Like I said, as far as I'm concerned with the Bucks, the rest of the games this season is just what do we have in Andy Rodriguez? What do we have in Henry Davis? What do we have in Nick Gonzalez?
Quinn Priester.
I like Leover Piguero. He's got some pop in the bat.
I don't know how you guys went from 20
he is
to what
run
you are
tonight.
We needed this series win bad because entering this weekend. We lost our last 3 series matchups. This is the one we needed badly.
Kenny Pickett's burner says I'm messaging him. He's just not talking. Who are you talking to?
Kenny Pickett.
I guess.
Still, are you going? Will you go to a Pirate postseason game if they do make it?
Wait, Luca, what'd you say?
Are you going to a Pirates postseason game if they make it to a postseason?
I'd love to, but it's funny that you brought. It's funny you asked that because I remember in 2013 when we made the playoffs.
Yeah,
I was actually really close to going to that wild card game.
That would have been awesome.
But my dad doesn't have a whole lot of common sense with stuff like this, so he waited until like the day before to start buying tickets. But by then it was it was way too expensive. But when we all started the Cueto chants, like I was chanting along with
awesome.
it. I was chanting right along with it, even though I was sitting on
Max's least favorite.
In my parents' house.
Baker right there as the manager. I don't care.
Like I was really close to going to that game.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. I didn't.
Do nothing, Pittsburgh.
The Rivalry Reds did strike again. Don Kelly.
Yeah, man, that was such a fun.
Who got ejected in that 6-inning fiasco?
Reactions all over the place today.
Yeah, I was asking who got ejected in that 6-inning fiasco.
Shelton did again.
Yeah, I knew it. I think Don Kelly got ejected too.
Kelly did as well.
Yeah, because Shelton's an idiot and he doesn't know what he's doing.
The ball was like almost out of his face, and then Derek Shelton was like screaming at the umpire, which I thought was funny.
Hartman also got ejected, so 3 Pirates ejected. So the Pirates, coach, I'm trying to remember the name.
Sheldon will probably get suspended like 2-3 games again.
Yeah.
Cueto. I'm surprised. Yeah.
Sheldon did get suspended from one game. Angel Perdomo threw at Manny Machado.
Oh God, Manny Machado.
Brian Reynolds has been carrying my fantasy team.
Yeah, Brian Reynolds has been a disappointment this year. Granted, he could still turn it around, but
he's kind of turned around. He has 17 now.
Yeah, but for a guy that was handed the largest contract extension in the history of the franchise, I expect. Yeah. I think I can speak for all Pirate fans when I say I expect better.
I think the main problem is he just doesn't know how to get the lineups properly, like you always say.
Yeah, he put Jack Sawinski at like 5 and 4.
Yeah.
Started like number 1.
Yeah, let's get Tuck the puppy on here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Steel.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Well, I was kind of surprised when you put the Cowboys in third place. Although I will say that I kind of agree with you about that. And
Really?
yeah,
Let's hear your input on this.
well, I will say that Kel Moore, yeah. Although we've had like a lot of high scoring games in the past with him, I will say at times it has gotten to the point where I will say it's like been like at times like stale, like his offensive game put.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got to bounce for the night. You take care. I got work in the morning, so you guys
All right,
take
care, Dashy. Thanks for coming on.
See ya.
Yeah, speaking of that, this is just a 10-minute warning. I'm gonna end the stream at 10 o'clock because
All right.
yeah, it's a Sunday night, and I said I'd be on for 2 hours because like number one, I actually have a dentist appointment in the morning, so I gotta get my my sleep on that.
I have football in the morning too, like actual football practice.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, I'm just reading some of the comments here. Ravens Titans had a good rivalry going in the AFC Central days. Missed those days where Lewis.
It's still going on.
Yeah, it's still relevant in my opinion.
Matt Olson's the home run leader now, 40.
Yeah, Matt Olson, man, that guy's a stud.
You just made it a 1-run game.
Wait, didn't shouldn't the Pirates got him a couple of years ago or something, and we like missed
Matt
him
Olson?
out in the draft? Yeah, it was like the 2013 draft or something. It was something like that, and then we missed him out of them.
Yeah, we did.
We could have got him, and then we didn't.
Yeah,
but I doubt he wouldn't produced.
Yeah. Why are we for that?
I mean,
Pilar. Anybody seen Bad Dog streams? Well, know that one.
Yeah, I try to watch them, but like my time is very precious now with being a homeowner now and trying to even out my YouTube channel with my social life. So like my time is very precious now, but I try to watch as much of his streams as I can.
His rants are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I was just making reference to it.
Yeah, hey, like I totally get it with Bad Dog because I'm part Italian too. So like Italians are loud. Italians are loud. We got bass in our voice, man. We got bass in our voice.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Damn right.
I'm Italian. I'm full blood Italian actually.
Yeah.
I'm full blood Italian.
Full count.
Yeah, my mom's side's Italian, my dad's side's Polish.
Yeah.
It was 7-3 Mets. Go ahead run now coming to the plate for the Braves. And it's in the back.
I'm done with baseball for the week.
Let's see. Quick question. Who wins the NL pennant?
I just want to watch the Steelers.
Who wins the NL pennant?
Not the Braves.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm ready to trust the Braves. I don't know if I can trust them. I think I would probably. Honestly, I would look out for a team like San Francisco. I don't think they would win it, but I don't really know who wins the NL. That's a tough question because, like. We know Milwaukee can pitch well, but their offense is just not going to get them far.
Yeah.
I think Philly has a good chance of repeating.
If Arizona didn't have that big losing streak, I'm saying.
Yeah, Arizona just fell off the face of the earth.
I don't see it.
That's the same about the Pirates. That was the same with the Pirates when you think about it.
Well, yeah, we had that great. We had that fantastic April, and that was
still we were over 500 in like mid-June.
And I was dumb enough to think that y'all were actually going to do something this year.
I said they'd be the
I
don't know why I got
we were just playing. We were just playing way in over our heads, and then I think once other teams figured out our strategy, which is stealing bags and getting on base, and
everybody's
hitting for contact, that was when we were screwed.
Like I think my most fun watching the Pirates was probably blowing out the Nationals.
Man, yeah, Drew Maggi.
That was probably the most,
Drew Maggi gets
and all
his
that.
base
That
hit.
was probably like
Yeah.
That between that and the Rocky series.
Yeah, that one
Colorado
series was it?
Man, that Rocky. Oh my god.
that was a blast.
We absolutely destroyed them. I mean,
50 runs up between 3 games.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, we scored 33 runs in 3 games against Colorado.
Yeah, 33.
I think the Angels.
Didn't they also sweep the Dodgers? Was it this year or last year?
We went 5-1 against LA last year.
Oh, okay.
But we held our own with them this year too. I mean, LA took 4 out of 7 against us, but we held our own against them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was actually at the Los Angeles Dodgers Pirates game when Drew Maggi got his first at bat.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty cool. The Mets are about to choke a 7.
Hold on.
Lead.
Wait, didn't the Mets lose like 20-3 yesterday to Atlanta?
21. Yeah, 21-3.
Oh, yeah, I knew. I knew it was like a football score.
That was a high-scoring game.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Ripped anybody who took the under.
Yeah, the Mets. The Mets are easily my biggest disappointment this year.
And nobody's disappointed.
Yeah, and they sold at the deadline too, which at least they did the right thing. They're like, oh fuck this season, we're just gonna sell at the deadline. And
Murphy.
Justin Verlander's back in Houston, so
ironic.
Oh yeah.
Probably gonna retire his 35 when it's all said and done.
Now we need Garrett Cole. Now we need Garrett Cole to come back.
Yeah, Garrett Cole.
Pittsburgh, and we'll be good.
Gave up on him too early.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's orally fashioned Pirates, though, when you think about it.
Yeah, that's Neil Huntington for you.
No, did not go. 2-1 count.
Yeah, Padres are up. Padres are up there too. I mean, you have the third highest.
Yeah, the Mets and Padres are biggest disappointment.
Yeah, third highest payroll in baseball, and you're probably gonna miss.
I was gonna say the only reason why they suck.
That's on the inside.
Sherman, your rant from last year when you were ranting about what the hell is his name? Rodolfo Castro, I think that's his name. When he had his phone in his pocket and slid.
How does that happen,
bro?
He's been all right.
Dude.
Oh, thank God he's not on the team anymore.
He's been all right.
We traded him to Philly. Actually, I'm telling you, Johnster. I'm telling you, you're getting an error machine at second base.
Well, so far he's been all right. He's probably just going to be a pinch runner and coming off the bench. He's a good switch hitter, but man, does that guy make a lot of errors. He's probably just going to be a off the bench pinch runner kind of guy because we already got our infield situated with Turner and Stott, who's been an absolute just coming out of nowhere this year. Top 5 in hits, top 7 in hits, something like that. That guy's been insane. Absolute steal in 2019. Great pick.
Yeah, I'm just happy we finally called up Nick Gonzalez. I was starting to think we'd never do it.
I don't know why Homeboy would be running out. Why on earth would a person do that? Basically, just be running, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, oops, just dropped my phone. Like, who would do that?
I have no idea. All right.
That was the same. Go ahead.
All right. Well, it's 10 o'clock right now, so this was hate to end the stream, but it was just awesome to be back on here doing what I love to do, and
Yeah.
You know, I was saying at the beginning of the stream, because like with football this year, a new thing that I want to try out. I don't know if I'll be able to do it for all the games, but I'm going to try to do it for the vast majority of them. I'm trying to get a stream where I have a fan of the opposing team come on here and we just have like a collab like the day before the game, because I know because like, you know, I already got week one lined up with CG Ruthless. He's a 49er fan.
Ooh.
And week 2 I'm gonna try and see if Crazy Dog will be up for it. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to get the day before the game's played, one fan of the opposing team that we play, we have a collab for like 2 hours like this.
Ooh.
So yeah, be tuned for that. As far as my next stream goes, that'll probably be like late that'll probably be like late in the week, or if not next weekend. But yeah, we'll just play it by ear, man.
All right.
Thank you all for tuning in. It was a blast to be back on here. Yeah, my pleasure, guys.
Catch you later, Steel.
Yeah. And this is Steel Sermon, soon to be Mac. Check it on out for the night. Have a good one, everybody.
Same, man.
Ring the bell, baby.